As the border crisis escalates, President Biden is putting the vice president in charge.
When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me. She knows what she's doing.
The work will not be easy, but it is important work.
Notion that the border is closed. Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in?
Well, Lester, here's the thing. I've been working on this issue for a very long time, and the kind of violence and danger that is associated with that trek.
Americans don't see a lot of that on a daily basis. What they do see at their own border, children being lowered over fences, children coming in with, phone numbers stenciled on their hand.
Yeah.
And so the question has come up, and you heard it here, and you'll hear it again, I'm sure. It's why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing in this crisis?
Well, we are going to the border. We have to deal with what's happening at the border. There's no question about that.
The vice president's position on asylum seekers is evolving, too. In 2017, she tweeted, "Say it loud, say it clear. Everyone is welcome here." Now, the opposite.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come.
Progressive Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweets, "This is disappointing to see. Seeking asylum at any U.S. border is a 100% legal method of arrival."
So how quickly does this change what we see at the border?
I don't know that we're going to see listen, I've been very clear from the beginning. There's not going to be a quick fix. We've seen progress, but the real work is going to take time to manifest itself.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
One eternity later.
93 days after the vice president was tapped to lead the White House response to rising migration.
I said back in March I was going to come to the border, so this is not a new plan.
And yet, White House sources say today's trip came together so quickly it caused some confusion within the West Wing, though it did not come soon enough for the GOP.
She avoided traveling to the border for more than 90 days. In that short amount of time of more than 3 months, there's been more than 500,000 encounters.
Republicans also questioned why Vice President Harris went to El Paso instead of the Rio Grande Valley, some 800 miles away, which is the epicenter of illegal border crossings.
Why did the vice president choose El Paso as the location for her first trip to the border as vice president?
It was the place where the former president it was a base place of where he put in place some of his immigration policies that we felt were so problematic.